bail out of it. I think this pot was like $6-7 or something like that. It comes with, a lid on it. So, right there itself is a pot, a cook pot. I can boil water in it. Down inside of it, that wire I was telling you about. So right there, you're ahead of the game. You got a metal pot. Then right here's what slides down in it. And this is a koozie for a GSI cup. And it's not really needed, but it really does help keep water warmer longer. And when you put this in it and then slide it down, it keeps it nice and quiet. So it's kind of serves two purposes right there. And then here's for the kit. It's a GSI cup. And then this black thing right here is a 55-gallon drum liner. And then I have a peanut jar with contents in it. So, right there, it's a lot smaller. If I didn't want the pot and the koozie, I could just take this, and it doesn't rattle around too bad, and I could just throw that down in something. But I like, just for the little extra room that it would take up around it, it's not that bad just to grab this with it, just to have a nice cooking vessel. So I have the pot, or cup, the drum liner, which I'll just lay this over there. And then right here's kind of the meat and potatoes of it. And I've seen this a couple of places where you take a piece of inner tube and cut it, put it on the inside to make these waterproof. I've seen it a few times in person, and I've seen it on YouTube a few times, so I'm not sure who originally came up with it, but it's a good idea nonetheless. Alright, so this right here doesn't weigh hardly anything, but I feel like it's got some necessities in it, some matches. I know a lot of people don't like matches, but I like them. I like them because with a ferro rod you have to hit the tinder with it. A lighter you have to get close and hold the flame next to it. With a match I can light it and kind of toss it down under to light up. If I have a fire lay, I can just toss the match under it. So I kind of like them, and it just fits right in the top, really nice. Then I've got 3 arm pulls, or wingspans of bank line. I have a cutting tool, Opinel. This is a number 8, so it locks. Pretty good tool. I have a few feet of paracord. I have a candle. I like candles because you can light them. They'll burn for a long time. I've seen people try to cook over these like an Esbit, and it really doesn't work that well. But just having a candle that's some kind of a long amount of light. If you're trying to get something set up real quick, or you're trying to build a fire at night, you can light this. You just makes things a little easier. To go along with that, this is a through night. You can see that through night. This might be backwards. T20. I think that came through backwards on the camera, but pretty bright. And I keep the bezel loosened so it won't accidentally get pushed on. And then it's got a few modes, so it's pretty bright. And it uses the CR123 batteries, which are kind of a not common battery for most people, but for me, I have a lot of stuff that takes them. Flashlights, I've had optics for rifles and stuff like that, so I normally have these on me or in a pack, so they're common for me. And then right here I have a watertight pill container. This one has the seal in it and cotton balls. I really actually put this kit together and I forgot to put petroleum jelly on these, or Vaseline or whatever it's called. But I mean, still, it's dry cotton balls. But I'm going to put some Vaseline on those when I get back home. And then I have a lighter. And I like these a little bit more than the Bics because you can tell just how much is in them. And they work just the same. So. And then just a small ferro rod without a handle or anything because, the handle would take up space. So, I feel like all the stuff that I got right there, which I'll show it to you. You know, all of that stuff right there in just a little container. I feel like that has a lot of options. You know, I have, if it's warm out, it's not going to rain, I can fill this full of leaves and sleep on it. Or I can, you know, put some pebbles in it, tie it up as a tarp. Or for like a lean-to or something, I can wear just rain gear. Around here, it's pretty easy to find shelter. There's a lot of rock overhangs, there's a lot of caves, a lot of, you know, tree falling overs that you can just stack some, you know, branches up on it and throw some green bales over, you know, pine trees and things. It's kind of easy to make shelter. So this is more, I was thinking of this more as something to sleep on to keep me off the ground and keeping me dry. But, you know, situation will dictate how you want to use it. And then, you know, I have cordage for that if I need it, or making a bow drill if all these other fire things fail. You know, cordage is cordage. I can make a fishing line out of this, which that's what I really need to add to this, is a little mini Altoids fishing kit. So I'll make one of those when I get home, but making this video now I realized that I was missing that. So I have the line and string, which I think will come in handy. I went a little heavy on the fire stuff. I have matches a lighter and a ferro rod. In all honesty, I could probably just get away with the ferro rod, but it is nice. If I ever had to use this kit, something's probably wrong, and I'm tired, I either had to walk a lot, or I'm hurt, or I'm sick, or something like that, and, you know, matches, or better yet, a lighter, be, you know, a lot easier than this. But this is so lightweight and doesn't take up hardly any room. It's like the size of one of the little pencils, just to throw in there just in case. And I made sure that the knife I put in there would work with this. You can, you know, I'm not sure if that was coming through on camera, but I made sure that I could use this knife with the ferro rod in case that's all I had. More fire stuff. More fire stuff. So, and then, you know, I get, you know, at night I wasn't planning on being out. I have a flashlight that works. It's really bright, just in case I need to get someone's attention, but it also has some low modes to save the battery, which in my opinion is good. And then I have this container to cook in, and this container to cook in. So I feel like that's got a lot of versatility in it. And looking at it now, I think I would like to add into the pot part a little bit of food of some sort, because I've got, you know, the ability to gather water and make it safe to drink. I got the fire down, I got the shelter. I've got a, you know, a cutting tool so I can make stuff if I had to. I think if I get a fishing kit in there, and I get, you know, some rice or some bannock mix or something like that in there, I think it would really complete the kit. And, you know, I really could just, what I was thinking about doing when I was trying to make this just as small as possible, you can get an like a bean can, or you know, green beans come in them, or pinto beans. They'll, you know, get the can opener, the top of them, the real small ones. This will fit perfectly down inside of it, and that's a metal container. You can cook in it. So if you just want to go super light, you can do that, but then it would make it difficult to carry this. So that's the reason I went with the bigger, you know, this, so I could stuff this in there with it. And, you know, this whole kit kind of revolves around this, being able to carry this, because I think that this would come in handy in a situation like that. You know, I could put stuff in it to carry it. I could, you know, put meat in it if I had to. If I killed something, I could stuff it down in this. If I didn't have anything else, I can put leaves in it. I can sleep on it. I can carry water in it. I could blow it up and use it as a float, tie a knot in it. You know, it's black, So it kind of sticks out a little bit. Not as much as, most things like orange or something, but black does stand out in the wild. So, I was just brainstorming last night and came up with this little kit, because, it's spring. I'm going to be doing a lot of fishing, a lot of canoeing, things like that. So I just wanted something you just grab and go. Not so much a kit or a pack, because my pack is always changing with the, event that I'm doing. Turkey hunting, fishing, canoeing, camping. Obviously, if I'm camping, I'll have more stuff, but, sometimes we just walk and do a little rock climbing off the road, and, I always have a bag that goes with that, and then this, this will fit in almost every bag. I don't stuff everything to the brim. I leave room for stuff like this, and, I might make a cup, because most of this stuff in here is pretty cheap. I think the most expensive thing in here is the flashlight. I think these are like $25, but, you could just throw like a little cheap AAA light or something in there. I just had laying around. You don't even need a flashlight really, but I'd like to have one. I might make a couple more of these because that's pretty cheap kit to have. Throw them in a car. Might keep one in my boat, something like that. So it's just an idea. I'd like to see what you guys think about it. You can post over on the Facebook forums that I'm going to link this video to, and comment down below some pictures of a kit that you have that might be similar to this, or just a smaller one like an Altoids kit. Thing with Altoids kit is it really doesn't have any cover, and it really doesn't have a cooking utensil or a vessel, which is kind of the main things I think of. So I'm going to add some things to this, but I'd like to hear your suggestions of something that you think is not necessary or something I should add with it. So thank you guys for watching, and you have a great day.